Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cardinal Field here high atop Plainville High School in Plainville, Kansas for the first round of the Kansas State High School Activities Association playoffs, the 1A playoffs this year. The Plainville Cardinals will be taking on the Sacred Heart Knights out of Salina. We'll be ready here for the game in about 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Wanted to get you a little action here going on before the game to get started and check our sound, make sure we're sounding good to you tonight. So thanks for joining us here tonight from Cardinal Field. Again, the Plainville Cardinals coming in with only one loss, taking on the Sacred Heart Knights out of Salina in the first round of the Kansas State High School Activities Association football playoffs. And here come your Plainville Cardinals. We want to thank the Kansas State High School Activities Association for giving us the opportunity to stream this game to you tonight. Remember, if you have any questions about athletics in the Kansas State region, contact the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329. Great job there by band director Alan Brockmeyer and the Plainville High School Band to bring you that rendition of the national anthem. We'll get ready for the coin toss here at the center field here in just a few seconds. Again, thank you for joining us tonight on the Bird's Eye View. Okay, for the Cardinals out on the field, we have Jordan Finnessy, Jared Casey, and Christian Ostrom ready for the coin toss here before we take on the Sacred Heart tonight in the first round of the playoffs. At that point in the season where you win and you move on, you lose and your season is over. So both teams are hungry to move forward with their season. Cardinals coming again with just one loss. Sacred Heart is yet to win a game this year, but they have put some points on the board, so the Cardinals will need to be ready for anything they're going to throw at them tonight, as they don't want to be the end of they don't want this to be the end of their season either. Long coin toss here tonight. I'm not sure what the delay is, but they sure are taking a long time out there. And here we go. Looks like Sacred Heart won the toss. And they're going to take the ball in the second half. So that means your Plainville Cardinals will take the opening kickoff here tonight at Cardinal Field. The Kansas State High School Activities Association conducts officials rules meetings, training clinics, and workshops throughout the state with a view toward providing a sound educational experience for all athletes. For more information on becoming an official in any sport, feel free to contact the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329. Going back deep for the Cardinals will be, looks like number 8, Cody Crawford. Also back in front of him will be Jared Casey and Jordan Finnessy. And here we go, Cardinal fans, as the kick is kind of a short squib kick. Looked like it hit a Cardinal there. Cardinals pick it up, and they're still on the move. They're going to be stopped just short of the 50-yard line. That's where they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. First and 10 Cardinals. Looks like the Cardinals have 3 receivers on the near side. 1 receiver spread out to the right side. Handoff going to be to Casey up the middle, and he's open in the field. 30-yard line, 25-20. He's at the 5-10, or the 10-5, and the touchdown. He's going the right way. I'm counting the wrong way. Touchdown, Cardinals on the first play of the game with 11:46 to go. Cardinals hit pay dirt and up 6-0. Jared Casey on a 52-yard run on the first play from scrimmage right up the middle. No problem getting through. I don't even think he was touched, and off he was to the races. Parker Krob in for the extra point. And it's up, and it is no good. They're going to say that one is wide and no good. But the Cardinals strike first tonight on playoff action. They're up on the Sacred Heart Knights 6-0. Had a visit with Parker Krob this week, and we were counting up the number of kicks that he had last week. I think we came up with 18 or 19 kicks that he had last week with all the extra points, field goals, and kickoffs. So hopefully he'll have another good night here tonight. Cardinals jumping out early, 6-0. We'll see what the defense can do as they get ready to kick off here to Sacred Heart. All right, Cardinals are ready. Here comes Parker Krob with the kick. And it's a good, nice kick all the way down to about the 15-yard line. He's on the ground. It's fumbled. And Jared Casey with a big hit right away at the 20-yard line. And that's where Sacred Heart will take it 1st and 10 after that big hit on the kick return by Casey. Looks like a Sacred Heart player shaking up for a short moment there on the play, but he's up and moving around on his own power, so that's a good sign. Return man for Sacred Heart kind of fumbled that catch there, and when he went to pick it up, took his eye off of the kick team coming at him, and when he looked up, all he saw was the number 2 and the number 1 coming right at him. All right, so this is Sacred Heart's first play, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to go around the left side. Nothing doing over there. He's going to get pulled down immediately. Looks like maybe Jonas Smith and Peyton Rathman over there in on that hit. Cardinals wearing black jerseys tonight with the white pants, a tradition for the Cardinals on the first round of the playoffs. Sacred Heart in white jerseys with blue numbers and gold pants. Going to be a loss of about 4 on that play. Going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Knights. Going back to pass over here to the right side. Pass is caught by number 11. Going to get pulled down there about the 23-yard line. So it looks like he's going to get back some of the yards that they lost before and a few more. But it's still going to bring up a 3rd down and long, about 3rd down and 9 for Sacred Heart. All right, Cardinals ready for this 3rd and long by Sacred Heart. Going back to throw, throwing left this time. Passes over there, and it's knocked away by the defense. Looks like it was maybe Dewey in there on the coverage, knocking that ball away. So it's going to be 4th down and long for Sacred Heart, and they're going to have to punt the ball away to the Cardinals. Going back for the Cardinals, number 1, Jordan Finnessy, to receive the punt. Snap is a good one. Cardinals going after it. We're going to have a roughing the kicker call there, I think, as the kicker was run into. The ball is down at about the Plainville 47-yard line, but there's going to be a roughing the kicker call as the Cardinals were coming at that with 3 guys up the middle trying to block that punt, and they ran into the kicker instead. So we'll see what that ends up being. That'll be a 1st down for the Knights. That personal foul for that roughing the kicker. Looks like the chains are going to move. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Knights. We'll see the ball is spotted at their own 37-yard line. Unfortunate there's the Cardinals. We're going to get really good field position again, but Sacred Heart now, after that penalty, will have it 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Coming around the right side. Again, the Cardinal line is right there. 3 or 4 Cardinals meeting the back head on right there at the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss on the play of about a yard, it looks like. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 11 for Sacred Heart. We're at 9:37 here to go in the first quarter. Your Cardinals up 6-0 after a 52-yard run for the Cardinals on the very first play of the game.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down 11 for the Knights.
All right, 2nd down and 11. And we're going to have a timeout on the field already. It looks like Sacred Heart didn't like the way things were looking on the field, so they have called a timeout, and we'll take that with them. Your Cardinals up 6-0 early here on the Knights. Hey, we want to get a little shout out here to Chase McCullough. He is down by Manhattan in Wamego this weekend running at state cross country. He qualified last week down at Lake Barton in Great Bend, and he'll be running tomorrow in the state cross country meet again, at Wamego. So, Chase, good luck from the bird's eye view, and all your Cardinal fans. We wish you all the best. Looks like the teams are back out on the field. Again, that timeout called by Sacred Heart. 2nd and 11. They didn't like the way things were looking. They had everybody lined up tight, trying to have somebody go in motion. Now they're doing the exact same formation, except for they have kind of loaded up on the right side here. Again, number 4 in motion. They like to throw to him when they get the opportunity. And they are going to throw. They're going right down the field on the left side. And it looks like he was well covered over there by Fennessy. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Knights. Had a lot of incomplete passes at the first half last week. Last week's first half lasted an hour and 23 minutes. And we're hoping that doesn't happen again. All right, 3rd down and 11 for the Knights. Number 4 is Landon Power. Again, that's kind of their key receiver when they want to go for a quick hit. Now the Knights have it spread out a little bit further. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 really spread out far on the right side. Fake the handoff, rolling out the pass. Kind of a short pass over there, and it looks like it was well covered. Looked like Hamilton came up and was able to get that one. He was going to tackle him. Even if he would have made the catch, he was going to bring him down, looks like. So once again, we're faced with a punting situation for the Knights. Last time they were going to punt, we had a roughing the kicker call on the Cardinals, so hopefully the Cardinals can stay away from that and get the ball back and see what they can do with it. Looks like the punter is a little bit further back than he was last time. And he gets the punt off, and there's not going to be any flag back there for that. It's going to roll over there, and the Cardinals are going to let it roll out. Not as good a field position as they would have had last time, but still not too bad, as it looked like they're going to be at their own 33.5-yard line. So with 8:41 here to go in the first quarter, your Cardinals leading the Sacred Heart Knights 6-0, and they'll have their second possession here from their own 32-yard line. 32-yard line. And we have a flag thrown before anything was done. Lining up offsides against the Knights. It's going to give the Cardinals some free yards there. Going to make it 1st down and 5. Again, the Cardinals have only run 1 offensive play tonight. It was a 52-yard touchdown run by Casey. Casey gets it again. He spins right. He's going to get brought down this time, but he's going to get some good yardage there. Looks like he's going to get almost 10 yards and get all the way to midfield. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Fennessy rolling out left, looking to throw. He's got somebody open down the line. Looks like it's Warner, and he's got it caught, and he's all the way down to the 18-yard line. As he broke away from the defender, makes a good catch. Kyle Warner with a nice catch there from the 50-yard line. It's going to be about a 32-yard catch. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 19-yard line. So the Cardinals on the move here. 1st and 10. This time Casey up the middle, cutting back left, and he's going to get pulled down at about the 15 or the 14-yard line. Going to be a good positive gain there of about 4 yards. You're going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6. Clock rolling at 7:25 to go here in the first quarter. Time Finney's rolling left. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to cut it back inside. There's a flag on the play. Finney's in the open. He's going to get across the goal line. But I see a flag back here at about the 15-yard line. I'm afraid that's probably going to be a holding or some kind of block. Looks like it is going to be a hold on the Cardinals. Going to bring that touchdown run back by Finney. Finney, an excellent job there, kind of seeing the field as he cut back to the right, saw the opening and was walked into the end zone. But it's going to be all for nothing as that's going to come back after the penalty on the Cardinals. That's going to move him back and make it about a 2nd down and 15. Looks like the Knights are jumping offside there. I don't know if there's anybody on the Cardinals causing any movement, but looks like they're going to move it in favor of the Cardinals. Going to get 5 of those yards back. Basically going to put them back to that original line of scrimmage after that penalty. So we'll say a 2nd down and a long 10 for the Cardinals. Casey up the middle. He's breaking free. He's at the 5, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. With 6:57 to go here in the first quarter, Jared Casey gets his 2nd touchdown of the game, put the Cardinals up 12-0. We'll see if the Cardinals decide to kick this one or if they're going to go for 2 to get that score back that they missed on the last extra point. And it does look like they're lining up to go for 2. Finney going to just take it in himself, and he is in and across the end zone untouched, basically, as he goes across to get that 2-point extra point. And that's going to make it Cardinals 14, Sacred Heart Knights 0. Casey already with 2 touchdowns here tonight against the Knights. On the year, it looks like Casey has 744 yards rushing coming into this game. That's after missing several games with that broken hand. So it's pretty good work there for the young man, even after being out there for a few games in the middle of the season. Cardinals off to a good start tonight. Again, 6:57 to go here in the first quarter, and they are up 14-0. Let's see if they can keep this rolling. Last time the Knights had the ball on offense, they did get a first down thanks to a penalty. But the Cardinals are hoping to go down and get a quick stop and get that ball back so they can do some more damage on the offensive side. Parker Kroeb getting ready to kick it off. His last kick was a pretty good one, all the way down to about the 15-yard line. Led to a pretty big hit by Jared Casey as the return man had kind of fumbled the ball. Looks like number 4, Power, is back there to get the kickoff for the Knights. Kroeb's kick is another pretty good one. Not quite as deep, but it's going to roll down to about the 15, and it looks like the Knights are just going to fall on it right there, not take any chances. So they're going to take over 1st and 10 from about their own 16-yard line. All right, we'll see if the Cardinal defense can rise up and get the ball back. Sacred Heart starting off their series. Each series they've had been pretty deep in their own territory. And a little bit of a delay there for some reason. Now we're ready to roll. And we got a flag on the play as it looks like there's going to be another stoppage here for a penalty. Looks like it's going to be against the Cardinals this time, I think. Offsides there on the Cardinals, going to give the Knights some free yardage. Going to make it 1st and 5 for Sacred Heart.
Ball now moves up to the 21 yard line. Remains first down. Be a first down and 5 for the Knights.
Sacred Heart right up the middle, cutting over the left side. And again, there is just nothing offensively on the ground for the Knights so far, as the defensive line for the Cardinals is just creating a wall and just not letting them getting any yardage at all offensively. So 2nd down and 5 now for Sacred Heart. Pitch out to the left side. Cardinals meet it quickly and are going to lose some yards over there. I think they're going to drop him for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Sacred Heart. It looked like from where they originally marked up there, the yard marker's moving back. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for Sacred Heart now, with just under 6 minutes here to go in the first quarter. Cardinal defense looking to make a stop here and get the ball back in good field position here still early in the first quarter, try to put some more points up on the board. Sacred Heart in motion, going out to the right side. Cardinals have it covered with Finney. Going back to throw, right down the middle of the field, and that pass is going to be over the head of Power. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for Sacred Heart, and it looks like they're going to have to punt again. 3 series for the Knights and 3 punts so far. The first punt was a penalty on the Cardinals on roughing the kicker. Going back to get the punt is Jordan Finney. He's sitting right about midfield, so if he could get his, he's at the 50-yard line, so if he could get his hands on that ball in good shape, he could get the Cardinals some really good field position here. And that punt's going to be a little bit too high for anyone to cover it. And it's going to take a Sacred Heart bounce. But still, the Cardinals are going to have very good field position, as they're going to have it at about their own 46.5-yard line. Remember, the very first series after the first kickoff, the Cardinals had it at the 48-yard line, and Casey ran it in for 52 yards. So we'll see if the Cardinals can do it again here on their next possession. Finney going back to throw. He's going to throw right down the middle. He's got Hansen, and just out of his fingertips. Boy, Hansen had a step on the defender there. Had a touchdown very similar to that going the other way last week. So the Cardinals go for the bomb on 1st and 10. They're going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 5:08 here to go in the first quarter. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals after the incomplete pass to Hansen. This time the handoff to Casey, but Finney keeps it, and away he goes. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Plainville Cardinals. Touchdown, Jordan Finney on a 50-plus yard touchdown run on 2nd and 10. Makes your Cardinals up 20-0 with 4:58 to go here in the first quarter. That's 2 Cardinal touchdowns of over 50 yards already here in the first quarter. Parker Krob in for the extra point. And the kick is up. It's a low one, and that one is good. Cardinals strike again. They're up 21-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Hey, Cardinal fans, if you happen to see Corbin Marquess around town, tell her congratulations on her 5th place finish at the 321A State Ladies Golf Tournament. This was the Cardinals' first year for ladies golf in the fall. The team had an excellent season as they won their regional as a team and took the whole team to state. Corbin came out of there with a 5th, tied for 5th with an excellent round of golf on the second day. The first day they fought winds and everything else, but Corbin came back on that second day to get herself up the leaderboard and tied for 5th. So congratulations, Corbin Marquess, on your finish at state golf this year. All right, Cardinals getting set to kick off again. Again, it's 4:58 here to go in the first quarter, and the Cardinals are up 21-0 over Sacred Heart. Again, this is the first round of the playoffs, and with that first round, basically if you win, you move on. If you lose, you are done for the season. Good kick by Krob that time, all the way down to about the 18-yard line, and Sacred Heart just does not want to take any chances. It looks like they went down and took a knee, and that's where we're going to have it, as the Sacred Heart Knights will have it 1st and 10. They're going to mark them right at the 20-yard line. Knights with a quick hitch up the left side. Cardinals, and again, nothing doing. Basically, Sacred Heart has negative yards rushing so far tonight, as the Cardinals have just swallowed up anything that they bring at them. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Sacred Heart. Looks like Sacred Heart's going to spread it out a little bit more with 2 receivers on the left and the right side each, 1 back in the backfield. Look a little bit like what the Cardinals line up in. The Cardinals are coming. Quick pass over here to number 11. And the ball's loose. The ball is loose, but they're going to say he is down. They're going to give him about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Going to bring up a 3rd down. And let's see. 3rd down and about, we'll say a long 4 for Sacred Heart. The ball did pop loose at the end, but they said they whistled him down before the ball came loose. So the Cardinals looking to make another big stop here as the Knights are facing a 3rd and long, a long 4. Knights lining up again with 2 receivers high and low, 1 back in the backfield. They're going back to throwing left. It is caught over there. Looks like they got enough for the 1st down. That's Power over there. Again, that's the one they like to throw to. And it's going to be just enough and a couple yards extra for a 1st down. They're going to spot him down at about the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Sacred Heart.
First down and 10 for the Knights. Ball placed at the 33-yard line. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Cardinals looking like they're ready to rush. They're going to throw again. And again to number 4 over there on the left side. He's going to get driven out. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 for Sacred Heart.
Knights are able to pick up another 5 yards on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 for the Knights.
Cardinals looking like they're going to bring pressure again. Sacred Heart's going to throw every play, and almost an interception over there as Finney had the only chance at that one. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5.5 for the Knights. Clock right now at 2:47 here to go in the first quarter. Again, Cardinals up 21-0 on 2 50-plus yard runs by Finney and Casey. Sacred Heart going to the air again. This time they're coming to the right side, and number 11, he makes the catch, and that time it's loose. It's still in the – oh, I think it went out of bounds right before the Cardinals could get to it. We'll see if they even call that a completion. Looks like they are going to call a completion, but they're going to have the ball where it went out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So it's loss of some maybe 3 or 4 yards on the play by the Knights. Going to bring up a 4th down and about 9. So they're going to be looking at another punt situation here for Sacred Heart. Cardinals coming at it. Kind of a shorter kick this time. It's going to come down at about the 40 and take a roll. Finney grabs it. He's running around the right side. He gets a block over there. He's got open field. He's at the 50, 45-40. He's going to cut back. He's still going. And he's going to make it all the way down to the Sacred Heart 12-yard line. What a run there by Finney. As that play looked like it was maybe dead down here on that, as the punt was kind of rolling to a stop, and Finney takes it on the bounce and takes it all the way around the field. Probably ran 150 yards to get 40, but was able to use his speed to get around the right side. And with those blocks helping him out, no flags on the play. That's the key. Those blocks helping him out. Gets it all the way down. They're going to spot it at about the 13.5-yard line. 1st and 10 Plainville with still 2:17 to go here in the first. Finney going back to pass. He's throwing right to the corner. And it's caught down there. I think it's caught down there in the corner. And it is. It's a touchdown, Plainville. And a flag on the play, too. We'll see if it's offensive interference or if it's defensive interference. And that interference call is going to be against Sacred Heart, so that touchdown is going to stand. Kind of lost it there in the corner, but Finney throws the ball to the pylon, and Cody Crawford kind of has to slide down and go get it. And he did. He did exactly what he needed to do, fighting through the defense to get it, even through the interference, to put the Cardinals up 27-0. Extra point to follow. And that's a good-looking kick, and it is good. So the Cardinals, just like that, kind of having their way by ground and air, and they go up 28-0 over Sacred Heart still in the first quarter. As a matter of fact, we still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first quarter, and your Cardinals flexing their muscles again on offense and running on all cylinders again, just like last week. Again, we have to take time to thank the Kansas State High School Activities Association for letting us stream this. You can ask any sports enthusiast what fall means in Kansas, and they'll tell you it means football, cross country, volleyball, soccer, and much more. And, of course, for the Cardinals this year, it also meant ladies golf. The best in entertainment, sportsmanship, and community involvement will unfold during the next few weeks. Activities give fans the opportunity to show how much pride they have in their youth and talk about their accomplishments. Support your school's student body, their faculty, and administration as they move into playoff season and championship season in the next few weeks. This is, again, a public service announcement from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Bird's Eye View. Cardinals are going to benefit from that penalty on the pass play here on the kickoff, as Parker Kroeb is going to be teeing it up from the Sacred Heart 45-yard line. At this placement, he gets a good kick. He can get it all the way down to the end zone. And he's going to squib it over here to the left side. I hope it stays in. And it is going to stay in as Sacred Heart actually knocks it out with their feet. That was a live ball. Cardinals were coming down the sideline to go get it. And that's going to give, I think, Sacred Heart about their worst field position to start, as it's going to be marked at about their own 12-yard line. 1st and 10 Sacred Heart with 2:10 to go here in the first quarter. Your Cardinals up 28-0. Cardinals would like nothing more than to get a quick stop down here and get the ball back even before the end of this quarter. Sacred Heart looking like they're in a passing type of formation. Cardinals loading up the right side of that defense, and they are going to pass over here to Power, and he's going to be hit immediately by Fennessy. It's going to be a couple yards on the gain, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 7 for Sacred Heart. Clock is rolling with 1:34 here to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Knights. And they do get, it looks like they were going to squirt through the line that time, but they're pulled down. Looked like McCartney was just about ready, one more step, and he'd have been through, but he was pulled down there, I think, by Casey, by the jersey, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Knights. We're coming up on 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Again, the Cardinals can get a stop here and force another punt. They will have excellent field position for their next possession. Sacred Heart going back to throw. They're going to throw left. Intercepted over there. Looks like it might be Fennessy. We'll see. He's intercepted it as he played center field. Came up and made that interception, and he takes it in for another Plainville Cardinals score. With 32.3 seconds to go, Fennessy played that beautifully. I believe it was Fennessy that played that beautifully. Came right up on the receiver, snagged it, and took it in for the score. So your Cardinals now up 34-0 with 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Parker Kroeb on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. Parker Kroeb good for the extra point. That's going to make the score. Plainville Cardinals 35, Sacred Heart Knights 0. Everything fell into place for that one. The penalty on the kickoff that the Cardinals were able to kick it deep. Quick stop for the Cardinals, and on a third down and long, Sacred Heart forced to throw, and Finney read that one perfectly. Came up and make that interception and take it in for a touchdown. So the Cardinals will tee it up again from the 40 this time. No penalty this time to give them some help. They're going to tee it up from the 40. Parker Crow will be kicking off. We're still in the first quarter here. 32.3 seconds left. Cardinals up 35-0. And another good kick by Crow all the way down, and Knights are just going to fair catch it. Again, after they've fumbled a couple of them, they do not want to take any chances, so they're going to fair catch that kick. And it's going to be right about the 17-yard line. It looks like it'll be 1st and 10 for Sacred Heart. Still in the first quarter. Still 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. And your Cardinals all over this, not only offensively now, but defensively too, after that interception return on the last possession. Knights looking to throw again. Nothing doing over there. Looks like Finney was on the coverage again. I think I would not throw towards Finney, but that must be where their favorite receiver is. They keep going that way quite often. It's either to number 4 on the left side or number 11 over here on the right side. 4 is Power. Number 11 is Isaac Moats. So 2nd down and 10 for the Knights. Again, still, that only took about 3 seconds off the clock, that last play. This time quarterback under center. He's just going to hand off. And again, nothing doing as the Cardinal defensive line has just given up absolutely nothing tonight. Short gain there for the Knights. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and we'll say a long 9 or 8. And I think that might be the end of this quarter as the time is winding down here with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. It looks like both teams are going to go to the sidelines and get instructions. And so that is the end of the first quarter here at Cardinal Field on first round of the Kansas State High School Activities Association football playoffs. Plainville Cardinals up on the Sacred Heart Knights 35-0. Once again, the Bird's Eye View would like to wish Chase McCullough good luck tomorrow as he will run in the state cross-country meet in Wamego. Chase, we know you can do it. Run fast, run hard. We're proud of you. The Bird's Eye View wishes you all the luck. All right, so we're going to have a 3rd down, and we're going to say 3rd down and 8 for Sacred Heart. as we start the second quarter. Again, the Cardinals makes a stop here. They're going to get excellent field position. Sacred Heart looking to throw to the right side. Receiver is open, makes the catch over there, and he's going to be pulled down short of the first down. The ball comes loose, but he's out of bounds before it comes loose. I don't see any flags on that play. It looks like it's going to bring up a 4th down and maybe 2. We have a player shaken up on that play. So we'll take the camera off a little bit as they are working on that player over there on the sidelines for Sacred Heart. We hope that he is okay, as nobody likes to see anybody get hurt as they're playing football. So 11:53 here to go in the second quarter. We'll take a short timeout as they work on that injured player. Cardinals up 35-0, 4th and 2 when we come back. Okay, we're on kind of a short timeout here as the trainers are over there looking at a Sacred Heart player who was injured on the sideline as he was tackled over there close to the sideline. Looks like he is up on his own 2 feet, so that's a good sign. Glad to see that. Cardinals up in this one 35-0 on 2 touchdowns each by Casey and Finney, and then also a touchdown pass caught by Cody Crawford. So the Cardinals, again, firing on all cylinders, up 35-0 as we just now are getting started with the second quarter. Looks like we'll be ready for action here as they are helping that player over to the bench. Again, we hope that he is good and not injured to the point where he can't come back in. So here we go. Sacred Heart has a 4th and short. And we'll see if they line up in punt formation or if they decide to do something here and go for it. Again, playoff time, if they lose, their season is over. So you never know what you're going to see during playoff time. And right now it looks kind of like they're lining up to go for it. But they might also be trying to do just a quick kickoff from the quarterback. So we'll see. So 4th and short for Sacred Heart, and they are going for it. Or at least lining up to look like it. And we have a whistle and a flag. It looks usually a delay a game type of a penalty. And it is going to be against Sacred Heart, so that might change their mind on what they're going to do here. By the way, Chase McCullough, if you're watching this game, you need to get to bed. Good luck tomorrow, Chase. We're rooting for you. All right, so it did look like Sacred Heart is changing their mind after that penalty, so it's 4th and long as they go back to punt now. And Finney at the 50-yard line again. Cardinals should have excellent field position. Cardinals going after the block again, and that is a very, very, very short punt. and it's going to drop at about the 32-yard line, and it's just going to die right there. So the Cardinals are going to have fantastic field position here as they'll take over from the Sacred Heart 34-yard line. 1st and 10 with 11:42 to go in the second quarter. This is the Bird's Eye View bringing you Plainville Cardinal football action. Hand off to Casey. He's going to dance around, and the Sacred Heart actually is going to, well, I was going to say they were going to pull him down for maybe a loss, but he keeps moving those feet, and he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards there. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 3, so he'll give 7 yards to Casey there as it looked like he was stopped in the backfield, but he never stopped moving those legs, and he busted through for a 7-yard gain. So 2nd and 3 for the Cardinals with 11:15 to go here in the first half. And we got a whistle. Usually that's going to be a penalty probably on the Cardinals. Yes, it is. It's going to be a false start. So the Cardinals are going to give back 5 of those 7 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8 now for the Cardinals. All right, Cardinals 2nd and 9 actually. Casey takes it. He's going to cut around the left side, and he's going to get pulled down. That's about the first time tonight Sacred Heart's been able to pull him down for little or no gain. Going to bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 for the Cardinals with a 10:29 to go here in the first half. Cardinals lining up with twin receivers right and left. Finney has thrown a couple of times tonight. And he's going to throw. No, he's going to keep it. Right at the middle. He's cutting left. He's at the 20-yard line. He's going to be enough for the 1st down. That's going to be a 1st and 10 Cardinals spotted at about the 21-yard line of Sacred Heart. With 9:50 to go here in the first half. Cardinals on the move again. Finney rolling right. He's going to keep it. Now he's going to pitch it to Casey. Casey's at the 10. Inside the 10, he's going to make it all the way down to about the they're going to mark him down at the 9-yard line. Must have seen his knee go down. That's going to be a 1st and goal for the Cardinals with 9:20 to go here in the second half, or excuse me, the second quarter. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Second quarter here, 9:20 to go. Cardinals will have 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Casey up the middle, cutting right. He's across the end zone. He's going to push 3 people in, and I think that's another touchdown. And it is. Touchdown Cardinals as Casey rumbles in from 9 yards out. Takes 2 or 3 people with him. And that's going to put the Cardinals up 41-0. Now we're calling. I see the officials signaling something here. I didn't see a flag on the play, but there must have been one as they're moving that back. So that take that touchdown off the board as the Cardinals will get moved back. They're still 1st and goal, but this time it's going to be from the 14-yard line after that penalty. So 1st and goal from the 14 for the Cardinals. we'll see what the Cardinals can do with this. Twin receivers right and left. Finney looking to throw. He's going to throw right across the middle. There was some contact there, but no flags. That's going to bring up a second down and goal from that 14-yard line. Looks like Bren might have been the intended receiver going across the middle there. So second and goal, Cardinals. Clock stopped after that incomplete pass with 8:48 to go in the second quarter. They give it to Casey right up the middle, and he's dragging people with him. He's inside the 10. He's down to the 5 and push back, but he's going to get almost all the way to the goal line. It's going to be down to about the 3-yard line, so that's going to bring up a third and goal for the Cardinals from the 3. Casey dragging about 3 people there doing the work to get down to the 3-yard line. Cardinals third and goal with 8:18 to go here in the second quarter. This time Finney's going to keep it over the right side, and he's across the goal line, and I do not see any flags. And I see officials with their arms up in the air, so we got a touchdown. Plainville Cardinals with 8 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the second quarter. Cardinals strike again as they go up 41-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Parker Krob in for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Parker Krob right through the uprights for that extra point. And your Cardinals now lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0 with 8:11 to go here in the second quarter. All right, Parker Krob getting ready to tee it up and kick off with 8:11 to go here in the second quarter. Your Plainville Cardinals leading the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. Krob with a nice high kick. And once again, Sacred Heart going to take a fair catch at about the 16-yard line is where it looked like he brought that one down. We'll see where they spot it, and that's exactly where they do spot it, at the 16-yard line of Sacred Heart, and that's where they will take over, 1st and 10. All right, Sacred Heart 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line after that kickoff by Krob. Cardinals up 42-0 with 8:11 to go here in the second quarter. They're going back to throw over here to the left side. Good coverage over there by Dewey. Going to be a positive gain for the Knights. Going to bring up a second down, and we'll say about 5 for Sacred Heart. Last time they threw to the left side, Finney picked it off and took it back for a pick 6. The 7:45 now to go here in the first half. Sacred Heart now with a second down and 5. For all the trouble that Sacred Heart has had on the ground tonight, they actually have done a pretty good job throwing out there to the flat both ways. They're just not able to get first downs and keep the ball moving. Now they're going to go throw down the middle. They're going down the middle, and the only one open there is Finnessy, and looks like he has it. He's getting pulled down, and he's going to go down at the 45-yard line. So Finnessy with his second interception of the night, and the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from the Sacred Heart 44-yard line. Great job there on Finnessy. That pass was a little overthrown, and he just ran under the ball and went up and got it. So the Cardinals, again, with excellent field position here, and still plenty of time left before halftime with 7:13 to go here in the second quarter. They're going to hand it off to Casey up the middle. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. Touchdown, Plainville Cardinals. Another almost 50-yard run for Casey, and that's going to put your Cardinals up 48-0 with 7:04 to go here in the second quarter. Parker Crobe for the extra point, and the kick is up, and let's take a look. It is good. So your Cardinals, again, firing on all cylinders, offense and defense tonight, as they take a 49-0 lead over Sacred Heart with 7:04 to go here in the second quarter. Here we go. Parker Crobe to tee it up again. Cardinals up 49-0 here still with 7:04 here to go in the first half. So far, Sacred Heart's been just downing these. That one's going to go way past the return man and all the way down to the 5-yard line, and he's going to do that again. He's just going to take a knee, and they're going to be deep in their own part of the field, 1st and 10. From it looks like about the 8-yard line. All right, Sacred Heart 1st and 10. Again, buried deep into their own end of the field after downing that kickoff from Crobe. Probably Crobe's best kickoff I've seen in several games, as it took a good Cardinal bounce and bounced inside the 10. So again, Sacred Heart been able to get short passes to go, but they just can't put together a drive and first downs, and when they've tried to go deep, it's been intercepted. I don't know. All right, so here we go. After all that waiting, going to be the Sacred Heart. Going around the left side, they actually have some room over here. And there's going to be a flag on the play. That comes out about the line of scrimmage. Might be enough for a first down there, but again, that flag right around the corner there, the flag's on the field about the 12-yard line. Going to be probably some kind of hold or block, illegal block on Sacred Heart. That's going to be their best run of the night by far. Looks like a lot of the second unit for the Cardinals, second team, getting in there here in this first half as they held this nice 49-0 lead. So I see several of the varsity players standing on the sideline as the Cardinals have a nice lead here, and they don't want anyone to get hurt as we will hopefully head into the playoffs next week. So we're going to eliminate that run by the Knights. Still going to be first down, but it's going to be first down and about 11 now from all the way back closer to their 7-yard line now. And this time they're going to run around the right side, immediately taken down. Going to give about a 2-yard gain on that play. Going to bring up a second down at about 9. Kyle Warner in there on that tackle. Right, good tackle there at the ankles to bring him down. Second down and 9 for the Knights. Clock's rolling here with 4:56 here in the first half. Knights going back to throw. Almost picked off over there by Dewey. Good gain there by the Knights as they get all the way down to the 25-yard line. Going to be a first down for them. That's probably their first down this half that wasn't given to them by penalties. So good pass play there by the Knights, and they'll move the chains, be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. All right, this time Sacred Heart's going from under center. Handoff over there on the right side. Cardinals pushing back. Going to be a little bit of a gain there for the Knights. Going to bring up a second down and probably about 7 with that clock rolling here again. 3:35 to go here in the first half. Cardinals up 49-0. Again, a lot of the second group here getting some action here on defense, which is good. It's going to be important that these Cardinals get some playing time as they have not had a JV schedule this year. And this is good playing time for them as we head into the playoffs. So second down and 7 here for Sacred Heart. Ball spotted at about the 27.5-yard line. They're going to pitch it around here to the left side. Good job over there by Osmeyer to get that to cut back inside. So a few more, maybe a half a yard gain there by Sacred Heart. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Knights. All right, 3rd down and 7 for the Knights here. Clock is rolling with 2:16 to go in the first half. They're going back to throw over here to the left side. Nice job by Dewey there to size that up as the pass was a little high. He wanted to make sure that that receiver had no chance to get it. That clock continues to roll with that 49-0 lead. It's down to 1:52. Looks like we're on continuous clock, which means they'll stop it for any kind of timeouts or injuries. But other than that, it's going to roll as the Cardinals jump out early and often tonight and get up 49-0. Sacred Heart going back to punt. Looks like Dewey going back to receive the punt this time. And the clock rolling now with 1.5 minutes to go. Snap is a good one. Punt is a pretty good one over to the right side. Dewey going over there to chase it down, but it's going to roll out of bounds, and the clock is rolling at 1:10 to go here in the first half. We'll see if the Cardinals can get any kind of offensive plays here to go before halftime as that clock continues to roll with the Cardinals up by 49. Again, Bird's Eye View and UST 270 needs to thank Kansas State High School Activities Association for letting us stream this playoff action for you tonight. There will be a game day showcase held in November at the Stormont Vale Events Center in Topeka. Check the calendar on the Kansas State High School Activities Association website for the date and time, or call 785-273-5329 to find out more about the game day showcase. Like Hamilton and Warner in the backfield. Warner has it. He's at the 50-yard line, and he's going to get a few more yards after that. Not quite a first down, and that's probably going to be the last play of the first half as that clock is down to about 10 seconds to go, and both teams are now starting to file off the field. So your Cardinals tonight, offense is working, defense is working as they've scored from both sides as they go into halftime and they take a 49-0 lead over the Sacred Heart Knights. This is the Bird's Eye View bringing you Cardinal playoff football action from Cardinal Field. We hope you're enjoying this game with us tonight, and we'll be back after the halftime break for more football action. Welcome back to the Bird's Eye View here. Playoff football action tonight between the Plainville Cardinals and the Sacred Heart Knights. Cardinals jumped out on the very first play of the game, and they were able to run a 52-yard touchdown run by Jared Casey. And right now we've got a race on the track between a shark and a penguin as they've gone all the way around the track, and the crowd is bringing them in, and it looks like, well, I don't know that they care who wins, but it looks like I think the penguin is out of breath. Not very often you see a penguin and a shark in Plainville, Kansas, but there you go. Looks like they're all getting high fins from everybody. That was pretty good halftime entertainment, as hopefully you watched that before as they raced all the way around the track. Had to stop a few times, but they did make it all the way around the track. So congratulations to the penguin and the shark as they raced around the track. All right, so we're back in Plainville, Kansas for the playoffs tonight. Again, the Cardinals coming in with only one loss on the season, and that was to the Smith Center Redmen earlier on, I think in week 4. Sacred Heart came in with no wins on the season, but during playoff action, nobody can sleep on anyone, as you have to be awakened and ready for anything, and the Cardinals were tonight, as again they took the opening kickoff after Sacred Heart won the toss and deferred to the second half. The Cardinals took the opening kickoff, got it to about the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. On the very first play of the game, Jared Casey broke free for a 52-yard touchdown, and it's basically been all Cardinals ever since, as they've scored on long runs, on passes, and even a defensive touchdown tonight on a pick six by Jordan Finnessy. Towards the end of the first half, after the Cardinals went up by 49-0, the clock they did start it running continuously, and so the second half will be a continuous clock rule for the game, as the Cardinals have the lead of 49 points. So the clock will run continuously except for any kind of timeouts or injuries and those kind of things. They will stop the clock. Other than that, it will run. Also, the Cardinals had a lot of their second team group in there to finish out the first half, and that's great experience that they're going to need as they move on down the road on these playoffs. And we'll have to check the brackets after this weekend and see where the Cardinals will be next week and who their opponent will be as well, as the playoffs are getting rolling. It's an exciting time of the year. Earlier on this week, it looked like we were going to maybe have some snow on the field, as they were calling for, at one time, 4 to 6 inches for this area. But we lucked out and only ended up with just a couple of inches of some snow and slush. So the field looks great, the Cardinals look great, and we're happy you're with us on the Bird's Eye View as we get ready for this second half from Cardinal Field. Cardinals will be kicking off to the Knights when we come back. And Sacred Heart now comes out on the field. They'll be on the north end of the field moving south. Cardinals have number 22, Parker Krobe, to kick off with. I don't know if they have anyone else to kick, but right now he's been doing all the kicking, so we'll see if they bring in anybody else for the kicking this half, or if Mr. Krobe will be doing it himself. And it looks like Parker Krobe is out there again, so he will be kicking off for the Cardinals from the 40-yard line. Cardinals up in playoff action tonight, 49-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights, as we bring you second half action here from Cardinal Field. Another good kick from Krobe all the way down. This time Sacred Heart does not down it. And going to be a big hit there in the middle of the field, driven back at about the 28-yard line. So that's the first time in a long time that Sacred Heart actually tried to run the kickoff back, because there towards the end of the first half they were just downing the kickoffs from the Cardinals. So 1st and 10 Sacred Heart from their own 20, we'll call it the 29-yard line. And again, there'll be running clock this half as the Cardinals have built up that 49-point lead over the Knights. Sacred Heart going to the ground, going around the right side, and the defense doing a good job. Going to be a short gain for the Knights, going to bring up a 2nd down. Actually, they're going to mark that. Looks like they're going to mark that back a little bit, so they're going to be about a half a yard loss. And it's going to be 2nd down, and we'll say 10.5 for the Knights. Cardinals only with a 3-man line right now on defense. 4 linebackers playing a little further back, and they're going to go right down the sideline to number 10, covered there by Dewey. Good job of defense there by Dewey to cover the receiver on the inside. That pass falls incomplete, but the clock will run there. So we're down to about 10:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Knights. All right, Sacred Heart going throw left side over there. They got somebody open. He got the catch over there, but he's brought down immediately. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 7 for Sacred Heart, and we'll see if at this point in the game if they try to go for it. Nope, it looks like their punting unit is coming onto the field, and Dewey, number 16, going back for the Cardinals to receive the punt. Snap is a little high, but he gets it. Real good punt there. Dewey, though, catches it on the fly. He's coming around the left side. If he breaks through that first line, he might have some room to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. Cuts back 30. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and pulled down at the 5-yard line. Dewey almost takes it to the house as the Cardinals come back after that punt, and Dewey almost runs it all the way back. But I see yellow flags on the far side of the field. I didn't see them, but somebody pointed them out to me. And that's going to probably bring that nice run by Dewey back. That was a way away from the play, too, clean on the other side of the field. Those flags were dropped, so I hope it wasn't anything on the Cardinals, because that was a great run back by Dewey. But we'll see what this penalty is before we say anything. Looks like the Cardinals are coming back. Oh. They're going to call something against Sacred Heart. So they must have been over there trying to, well, they called it a holding on the punt team. Kind of an interesting call. So that run back by Dewey is going to count, and the Cardinals are going to have it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line with 7:35 here to go in the 3rd quarter. A call like that on a punt return, the players must have just got tied up over there, and one of the Cardinals must have got pulled down to the ground, because usually you don't see a holding call like that, but the Cardinals will take it, and it's actually going to move the ball half the distance to the goal, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for the Cardinals. In the backfield for the Cardinals is number 5, Ethan Hamilton at quarterback, and number 3, Kyle Warner at the running back. And Hamilton looking to throw, running left. Now he's going to cut back inside. Scampers around the left side, and he's in the corner for the touchdown. Ethan Hamilton gets in on the action tonight as he scores from 2 yards out on the run. Looked like a pass play to start with, and he took it in himself. So the Cardinals, after that great return on the punt by Dewey, take it in for a touchdown. And with 6:41 to go here, your Cardinals are up 55-0. Parker Krob coming in for the extra point. Great job there by the second group to go in there and punch it in for another score. Krob getting ready for the kick here. And it is up, and it is good. Parker Krob good again for the extra point. And that's going to make your score. Plainville Cardinals 56, Sacred Heart Knights 0, as we have 6:41 to go here in the third quarter. So the Cardinals getting scores tonight on the ground, in the air, on defense, on a pick six, and almost on special teams, covering every part of the game possible tonight. The Cardinals are really playing well the last couple of weeks. So the Cardinals heading into playoff action, looking good. We'll see who they take on next week after this weekend's action. Cardinals going back to kick off. Again, the clock has stopped with that score. But once we get the kickoff going, the clock will start running again, as we are on a continuous clock this half, as the Cardinals have built up to a 56-0 lead. Kind of a low line drive kick, but it's going to take a good Cardinal bounce. Sacred Heart has it over in the right side, has a little bit of room. He's going to get pushed out by Cohen Kaiser. Cohen Kaiser making that tackle for the Cardinals, and the crowd's going wild as Kaiser pulls down number 14 for the big tackle on the kick return. McCartney with the kick return, but Kaiser with the tackle, and the crowd is absolutely going nuts here for Mr. Cohen Kaiser. Clock rolling here with 6:07. Cohen Kaiser doing the work out there on the football field, making sure that Sacred Heart doesn't break one for a touchdown. And now the defense in there, 5 guys up on the line this time as they're expecting the run, and they stop it again. Going to be about a half a yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the Knights. So Sacred Heart will call it 2nd down and 9 from about the 35.5-yard line for Sacred Heart. Same lineup on defense for the Cardinals. 5 guys up on the line. Sacred Heart looking to throw. They go over there. It's tipped. Tipped over there by Hamilton. That could have been intercepted, but it wasn't. Drops to the ground, but the clock will still roll with 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Sacred Heart. Cardinal defense looking to get a stop here and get that ball back. And they're going to do it. Looks like it's going to be maybe a half a yard gain, if anything. Actually, where they're spotting that ball, they're actually going to lose about a half a yard. We're still going to say 4th down and 8 for the Knights. All right, Sacred Heart looking like they are going to go for this. Again, this point in the game with the clock rolling at 3:43. 4th and about 9 now. They're going to go back to pass. Quarterback looking to take it and run. Now he's looking to throw again, and he's going to get pulled down. No, he gets out of trouble. Now he's going to throw deep. He's got it up in the air. Cardinals have a chance, and it's going to fall incomplete. So the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from the Sacred Heart 36-yard line. Excellent field position for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals, with the clock rolling at 3:10 here in the third quarter, will take over 1st and 10. Last offensive play for the Cardinals. Ethan Hamilton went back looking to throw and actually kept it, went around the left side for a short touchdown. We'll see what the Cardinals have in store, whether they'll let Werner try to break one, as he's got some pretty good speed, or if Hamilton will take it himself. It is going to go to Werner. He's going to be all the way down to the 30-yard line. Going to be stopped there with about a 5-yard gain. We'll call it a 5-yard gain. Going to bring 2nd down and 5 for Plainville. Cardinals in no hurry here to get this play rolling as they're letting that clock roll. We're down to 2 minutes here left in the third quarter. Continuous clock again here this half. Hamilton in the backfield, number 5, with Kyle Werner, number 3, and we're going to have a whistle. Going to be a delay of game there on the Cardinals as they took too much time to get that play rolling. And the clock continues to roll now with 1:42 here left in the third quarter. Cardinals should have their play ready, and here they go. Hamilton in the backfield with Werner to his right. We got 3 receivers here to the short side of the field, and 1 receiver split out right. This time Werner's going to have it again. He's going to get pulled down after a very short gain. Going to make it 3rd down and about 9 for the Cardinals. All right, Cardinals lined up with twins to the right, twins to the left. Cohen Kaiser's in on the right side, the far receiver. Hamilton going back to pass, looking to get it over to the right side. Looks like Ostermeyer has it for a short gain. It's going to bring up a 4th down for the Cardinals, but Ostermeyer, good job of bringing that pass in. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4 for the Cardinals, and that may be the last play of this quarter. We'll see if the Cardinals can get another playoff as we're down to 22 seconds now. Looks like the Cardinals are maybe hurrying up here a little bit to try to get that playoff. 4th and short for the Cardinals as they try to get one more playoff here done before the end of the third quarter. They're going to have to hurry down to about 7 seconds, and they do get it snapped. Hamilton keeping it. He's going to get pulled down short, and the Cardinals, for the first time tonight, are going to give the ball back on downs, and that's going to be the end of your third quarter. So we're going to head into your fourth quarter here at playoff action with your Plainville Cardinals leading the Sacred Heart Knights 56-0. We'll take a short break here, reset the score clock, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter here at Cardinal Field. This is the Bird's Eye View, bringing you Plainville Cardinal football action here in the 2019 playoffs. So Sacred Heart will take it over 1st and 10 after the Cardinals fail to do anything with that 4th down. And again, that's the first time tonight the Cardinals have not had 1st and 10 or not been able to make the 1st and 10. Looking back, I don't have a stat sheet tonight, but I do not think the Cardinals have even punted tonight, nor have they had to even close to punt, as they have been moving the ball on the ground, in the air, and just about any direction they wanted to go tonight, as they had everything, the line blocking well, the backs blocking well, and everybody doing their job as they, again, will be looking to move forward here in the playoffs. Next week, we'll see again after the games are over tonight. We'll take a look at the bracket on Kansas State High School Activities Association and see who the opponent will be and where for next week's game. So Sacred Heart 1st and 10. They're going to be at their own 30-yard line. Kind of a long time to get going here, but we're finally ready for action as Sacred Heart lines up. Sacred Heart going back to throw right away. They're going to go over the right side, almost intercepted over there. Somebody on the defense came up, almost made a big play. So that's going to move the yard marker up about 7 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for Sacred Heart. Pretty good pass there, even though the defense was pretty close to intercepting it. It was still a pretty good dart thrown there by Sacred Heart to make that completion. So 2nd down and a very long 3 for the Knights. Sacred Heart looking to throw again. Right side again. This time looks like another completion over there. And if it is a completion, it'll be a 1st down for Sacred Heart. And it is, as the chains move for the Knights. Going to be 1st and 10 Sacred Heart from their own 42-yard line. Clock rolling with 10:30 to go here in the game. Sacred Heart looking to throw again. This time looking down the middle as they lop the pass up down the middle. And it looks like he did come down with it, but they're going to say, looks like he was out of bounds over there before he made the catch. So it's going to bring it back, make it a 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Clock down to 9:35 left in the game. Sacred Heart looking to throw again. They're going to go over here to down the middle, lofted up in the air, knocked around, and incomplete again, as that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals. Or excuse me, a 3rd down and 10 for the Knights. All right, Sacred Heart up to the line, 3rd and 10 with 8:42 here to go in the game. Going back to throw again, just a quick pass out here to the left side, beyond the outstretched arms of the receiver from the backfield, number 14. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for the Knights. All right, 4th down and 10 for the Knights as they come up to the line. They've been, in this series, they have thrown the ball on every down. And it looks like they're going to throw again. This time the quarterback keeps it, though, up the middle. He's going around the right side. He's got enough for the first down and then some as he's all the way down to the 30 and gets pushed out at around the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot that one, but a good run there by the quarterback as he didn't have any receivers open. He decided just to keep it himself and take off with it. So actually they're going to spot him out at about the 30-yard line. Sacred Heart with a 1st and 10 after that good run by the quarterback. Looking to throw again, this time going left side. Caught here by number 16 on the left side. Knights doing a good job of moving the ball right now. Looks like Johnson on that reception there. It's going to be a pretty good gain. Going to be about 2nd down and 6 for Sacred Heart. Clock rolling with 6:35 now to go in the game. This time a quick handoff up the middle. Cardinals with a quick hit. Not going to be enough for the first down, but it's going to put them pretty close, maybe just a yard away. Going to bring up a 3rd and short for Sacred Heart as we come up on 6 minutes to go here in the game. And again, we'll take one final time here to thank the Kansas State High School Activities Association for allowing us to stream this football game for you tonight. If you have any questions about becoming an official, please contact the Kansas State High School Activities Association and get more information. All right, Sacred Heart now with a 3rd and very, very short. Quarterback coming up under center. He's going back to throw, going over the right side, and it looks like he may have, they're going to, flag being thrown over there, kind of a late flag, but I'm guessing there's going to be a pass interference. And it's going to be on the Cardinals, so that's going to give the Sacred, I think it was a completion anyway. It's going to be a first down anyway, but that's going to give them some free yards as Sacred Heart is moving it down close to scoring as they are down to the 10-yard line. Going to be a 1st and goal for the Knights. Clock rolling with 4:50 to go here now in the game. Again, the clock is rolling continuously this half. But Sacred Heart showing some life on this drive as they've gotten several first downs, and they're only 10 yards away from the end zone. This time quarterback's going to keep it around the right side. He's got some room over there, and he's going to cross the goal line, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Knights with 4:27 to go in the game. Sacred Heart crosses the goal line to get their first touchdown of the game to make it Plainville 56, Sacred Heart 6. A couple of pretty good scampers there by the quarterback from Sacred Heart as he was able to punch it in from 10 yards out and put the Knights on the scoreboard tonight, 56-6. Looks like they are trying to set up for an extra point kick. And now we got a flag on the play. Going to be a delay of game. Oh, illegal substitution, not a delay. That's going to move Sacred Heart back, and they still have their kicker out there as he's going to be marking that down, putting the tee down about the 15-yard line for this extra point. So that's going to be a 25-yard extra point kick for Sacred Heart. And the kick is up, and it is good. So good kick there by Sacred Heart. That is number 35, Alex Gonzalez. So Sacred Heart with 4:27 gets in the end zone, and the extra point is good to make the score Plainville 56, Sacred Heart 7. We have a penguin sighting again. Looks like the penguin has now made its way up to the stands. Part of the Plainville Pep Club, it looks like. I believe the shark has left the stadium. So Sacred Heart will be kicking off for the first time since the beginning of the game. As they go in and score with 4:27 here to go in the game, they'll kick off to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals will have it back to see what they can do with it on offense. Looks like Cohen Kaiser back deep for the Cardinals. And it's kind of a squib kick there. Cardinals pick it up. That's Hamilton, I think, that has it, and he's got some wheels. He's going around the left side. He's still on his feet. He's at the 50. He's going to cut back at the 45. He's going to come back to the right side, and he's going to get pulled down. But Hamilton there, again, running about 60 yards to get 5. No flags on the play, and so the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10. Let's see where they end up spotting that one. Looks like they will stop the clock on an injury timeout. So we will take that time to zoom in on our Pep Club Penguin. And again, hopefully the player isn't injured too badly, as we don't want to ever see anybody get injured. There is our Pep Club Penguin in the stands doing its best to kind of keep the crowd going. Looks like the Penguin's enjoying some fresh water there after that jog around the track. All right, the injured player is up and going off the field under their own power, which is always a good sign. So the Cardinals will have it 1st and 10 here. Let's see, they did mark it at the Sacred Heart 47-yard line. That's where the Cardinals will take over with 4:02 here to go in the game. Hamilton in the backfield still with Kyle Werner to his right side. Werner has it. He's going to cut around to the right side. He's still on his feet. He's at the 40, 35, and he's still rolling. Almost down to the 30, and he's going to have enough for a first down. No flags on the play. Another good sign there as the clock will keep rolling. 3:32 here left in the game. 1st and 10 Cardinals, spotting the ball at the Sacred Heart 34-yard line. Werner again. This time he gets taken down right away. Grabbed around the neck, but no horse collar call, no flags on the play. Clock rolling at 3 minutes now left in the game. Cardinals will have a 2nd and 11 after that short loss on that run by Werner. Hamilton rolling left with Werner out in front to block. Hamilton at the 30, he's at the 25, 20, and he's all the way down to almost the 15-yard line. So that'll be another 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Clock rolling with 2:13 left in the game. Hamilton looking to pass. Rolling around to the right side. He's going to keep it now. He's at the 10. He's going to get rolled down at about the 8-yard line. Looks like his intended receiver might have been Kaiser over there on the right side. So clock rolls here with 1:39. Going to be 2nd down and about 3 for the Cardinals. Hamilton looking to throw again. Across the middle to Kaiser. Kaiser almost had it for the touchdown there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and short for the Cardinals, and we're down to a minute. Looked like he was going to maybe get that one on the bounce and couldn't quite get to it. So the Cardinals will have another shot at it here if they want to try. They're lining up for another play. Hamilton has it, looking for Kaiser again. Going to throw it to him again, and this time it is picked off by the Knights. And he's at the 10, the 15. They're going to get pulled out of bounds by Werner. And I think that's going to do it for the game, as I don't think Sacred Heart's going to get back on the field in time for a play. So with 15 seconds and the clock rolling here, I think that's going to do it for the game tonight. First round playoff action, a victory for the Cardinals, as they are looking really good offensively and defensively tonight, and special teams. So we thank you for joining us on the Bird's Eye View. We thank Kansas State High School Activities Association for letting us stream this game. And congratulations to the Cardinals, as they'll move on to the next round of the playoffs next Friday night. Bird's Eye View will plan to be there. We'll keep you up to date on Facebook. So tonight, your Cardinals win 56-7 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Again, thank you for joining us tonight on the Bird's Eye View, and we'll see you again next week.